All right, so today we're going to be talking about planning in general, which in my opinion is one of the most important things ever. You know, on the important scale, it's a 10 easily, no doubt. Without planning, a lot of the you're not gonna know where you're going. So without planning, you don't have goals, and without goals, every road's gonna take you nowhere. Everything you do, because if you don't know where you want to end up, then you're not gonna know. How can you know how to get where you want to go if you don't know where you want to go? You know what I'm saying? So that sounds pretty crazy, but you know what I'm saying. So when it comes down to that, planning is essential. When it comes to businesses, investments, it's just a part of the process. It really is. So whether it's planning for yourself or planning for your group of investors, it's all essential to your success. And again, it's not, you can eliminate the risk by having a plan. If you just go in blindly without a plan, you're just might as well just go and flip a coin. So, what we're going to talk about today is just, planning in general. So let's go into businesses. Well, businesses without a plan, you're pretty much, anything that hits you is going to hit 10 times harder than if you did have a plan. So just because you see another business, let's say you're in a competition with your buddy, you know, you've always been in competition, like since your childhood, you guys always you both start a business, his picks off quicker, he doesn't have a plan, and you're not motivated because you're like, oh, I don't even know if it's worth writing this plan. I guarantee it is in the long run, because eventually what happens is if you don't have a plan, yeah, you may be smooth sailing for the first year or two, and something's just gonna go boom, you know, it's like a meteor or something. It just completely messes up everything, and then you're gonna be like, oh, I'm glad I made that plan because I saw it coming. Like, look at it as like a seatbelt, a precautionary measure. Like, you're in a car, a seatbelt. So that seatbelt, you know, it absorbs the impact. But if you don't have a seatbelt, who knows what's gonna happen, right? And that's, the seatbelt's the plan, right? The seatbelt's the plan. So when it comes to businesses, every business has a different personality. You have what makes your business happy. We got what otherwise known as its strength. We got what makes your business upset, otherwise known as your weaknesses. Everything about a business is different. So you can't go take a plan from one business over here and then match up the same exact plan with your business, because guess what? Every business is different, and I guarantee there's going to be something different that you want to change about that plan, no matter what. Every business is different. That's extremely important to remember. Every business has a personality. Just view it as that. There's stuff that makes your business successful. Sometimes your business isn't too efficient at doing one thing, but extremely good at the other. You know, you could compare it to like an individual person, for example. Some people are good at something, some people are good at the other. Some people, stuff makes them more upset, some people, stuff makes them more happy. That's a business. A business has its own personality, and that's one thing to really remember. So a business plan is not something that should be shrugged off. It should be done. It should be one of the first things that you're like, okay, we need a business plan right off the bat. Because without that plan, you're not going to know where you're heading. So we're not going to get into individuals of a specific business plan or how to write one today. We're talking about planning in general. So let's go talk about planning, or a plan when it comes to investing in real estate, for example. So let's say you find a property. You see the big three where you can renovate, you know, increase occupancy, and then decrease operating expenses. You see the potential, and you're like, well, I don't have the capital going on this down payment. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go into a limited partnership with other investors to invest in this property. So basically you're working, it's like a team, you know, you assemble this investment team and you're like, all right guys, so we're going to go in this property, you know what I mean, we're going to increase this property, you know what I mean, the potential's through the roof, let's go increase property, and we're going to make an extreme amount off this deal, you know, we'll be generating extreme amounts of improved cash flow. So let's say, you make a plan to do that. But then, next thing you know, you don't have any investors. And you're going to say, where do you get these investors? Well, it all comes down to a presentable plan. If you don't have a presentable plan, why would they invest? They're not going to, if they just see, invest in my property, thanks. They're not going to invest. And a lot of times if you do have a bad plan, the investors that do want to invest in your bad plan aren't the ones you want on your team, trust me. Because you want the experienced investors. You want people that you can learn from. Because if you're the best one on your team, and that's an issue, because you always want to be in the position to learn more information, and that's really important. So that's one thing to completely remember when it comes to real estate is and limited partnerships and going into the property together. You always want to have a plan that is about that individual property. Like I said, each property has a personality just like a business would. If you take let's say you got a residential property down the street, you're invested in like a retail center. Now you can't carry that residential plan over to your retail center. It doesn't work that way. You can't be lazy and just carry your plan over. Every plan is different. Every business and property has a different personality. Therefore, it requires an individualized plan. So keep in mind that you always want to know where you want to end up, because if you don't know where you want to end up, then you don't know how to get there, because you don't know what that there is. How would you know how to get there when you don't know where you want to be, that there? It's kind of like, when I said that, I thought it was like, when I said it, I wasn't expecting it to sound that confusing, but you know what I mean. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave any positive or negative feedback. It all helps the channel. So yeah, this is just a simple summarization on why I think planning is so important when it comes to asset management and building wealth, and really building your business from the ground up, and also building investments from the ground up when it comes to real estate. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it.